Father. Greetings, Father. Team Humanity, Steve Kerr. That's right. We're all behind Big Rob. Frank Zane won the Olympia 3 times? I doubt that. It kids, stop it. Shout out from Wyoming, Father. Yes. What years did Zane win the Olympia? Father. Father, come forth from the fire. That's right. That's what we used to say when we were listening to Clutch, the self-titled album. Father, come forth from the fire. Schabernger. And I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back. Schabernger. No, I haven't talked to Lenny. Schabernger. Yeah, Brian, the guy that I talked about with his father, he used to go see Gummy at the gas station. He was there for Schabernger. Schabernger was with Brian and Jimmy, and I can't remember who else was there. Schabernger was a special night. We had a lot of special nights around the fire up there at Deer Camp in Michigan. Oh, Jesus. I got a text message. Juice always wins. Okay, go for it, brah. Yeah. Schabernger was a great time. You know, when I was thinking about another great story from Deer Camp was my good buddy Kurt from Oxford, Michigan, who I went to college with. Um, I don't know if you guys have heard these stories yet. He used to come up there with a pocket full of money, and we used to get wood and have huge bonfires. That's the guy that would get the bale of straw to lay down around the bonfire for the dogs to lay on. And that's the guy that introduced me to Clutch's first album. But the firewood guy, he was a guy named John Ehlers, Ehlers, John Ehlers. He's dead. He died of a heart attack. He was a good guy, local guy, biker guy. Made his living selling firewood. And I remember one time Kurt was up and we were going to have a big party that night at my deer camp. And Kurt wanted a cord of wood just for the bonfire. You know, and back in those days, a cord of hardwood was like $40. You know, for your average family, I mean, $40 worth of cordwood, that was a lot of heat, you know. I don't know what a cord of wood costs nowadays, but anyway, back in those days, it was a lot of wood. So John Ehlers comes over with this cord of wood, and Kurt gives him the money. And John dumps some of it in front of the bonfire pit. He's like, "Where do you want me to put the rest of it?" And Kurt's like, "Well, you can dump it all right here." And John was kind of a simple man. He didn't quite understand. He's like, "What do you mean?" And Kurt's like, "Well, we're going to burn all that tonight." And John was like, "What do you mean?" And Kurt's like, "Well, we're going to drink and have a good time. We're going to burn all that tonight." And John Ehlers, God rest his soul, he just couldn't understand that some white boys from down by Detroit were going to blow $40 just on a face cord of fucking split firewood to burn and have a good time and play Clutch. And he fucking laughed his fucking ass off that we were going to burn. Now, $40 isn't a lot of money nowadays, but we're talking like, 1995, 1996, I don't know, maybe the late 90s. $40 worth of wood was a lot of money. So John Ehlers, this big burly biker guy, and he was big. He was a fucking woodsman and a biker, Harley Davidson guy. He was a biker and he was a forester. So he had natural muscles. This guy was huge. He wasn't big by bodybuilding standards, but he was big. He was probably 5'10", 240, 250 at least. I mean, this guy was big. And he dumped all this firewood, and he was just so happy to get the $40. And he's just laughing his fucking dick off. He's like, you guys are going to burn all this tonight in the bonfire pit? Just drinking and smoking? And Kurt's like, yeah, we are. And John Ehlers was just like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. Like, he couldn't believe it. No, he wasn't a PM. He was a white guy. He was a member of the Joker's motorcycle club. He was a badass. John Ehlers was a fucking badass. He was huge. I mean, not huge by like my standards, but huge to a normal mortal. He was like 5'10", 240, 250. He was big for a biker. I mean, he was big. And obviously he knew how to fight. He was in the Joker's motorcycle club. And he just shook his head, laughing. He thought we were so stupid. And then we proceeded to burn an entire face cord of fucking split hardwood, that would probably last a family, to heat their house. I don't know how long but it was just so over the top. And we got a bale of straw spread out around the fucking fire pit. And, of course, we got a bunch of wet dogs because I lived on the river. So these dogs are soaking wet. We got this huge bonfire going and all this fresh straw laid out around the bonfire pit. So we got all these dogs just laying as close to the fire as they can get. Some of them had steam coming off their back. They got so close to the fire. And we're just cranking clutch and smoking weed like just doobie after doobie after doobie and cranking clutch. And those were the times. Those were the times. Those were the best days of my life. I don't know about the Jokers being religious. The Jokers in Michigan are pretty big. Yeah, Miggy hit 3,000 today. Miggy did 3,000 hits today. Joined the club, a very elite club of people with over 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. No, they weren't gypsies. They were jokers. Yeah, Lenny's out of the hospital. Yeah, we had such good times back then. What does schabernger mean? Well, I was smashed on alcohol and marijuana one night, and the fire was kind of down to just coals, and I threw a bunch of wood on the fire, and in my drunken stupor, stammering, I said schabernger. What I meant to say should burn good, but I was so fucked up. I just said schabernger. But everybody around me knew what I meant, and they just started fucking dying. They're just laughing their fucking asses off. Schabernger. So it just got to be a statement. Oh, I smoked grass back in the day. I haven't touched it in a long time. Can some piss trooper add schabernger to Urban Dictionary? Yeah, but you got to hyphenate it. It's sha, burn, ger. You got to do it right. Schabernger, yeah. Cabby McGinnis has got it right. Ever drop acid and smoke weed at the same time? Probably not since the 90s. In the 90s, yes. Kennel, kennel, kennel. Yeah, same era. I had my dogs trained where if you said kennel once, they wouldn't even acknowledge you. If you said kennel twice, they might lift up their heads. But if you said it the third time, KKK, kennel, 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 they would go running to their kennel. Schabernger. My wife knows the kennel command. Well, my philosophy was if you've got home invasion, anybody can say kennel to your dogs, right? But how many dogs are trained to hear that word 3 times in a row? Kennel, kennel, kennel. Only their master will say it 3 times. I did that for security purposes. I say kennel in German like as an officer. I don't, what's the German word for kennel? That's awesome. I like your attitude. You should train your dogs in German. I just wasn't that smart. Can't use my past against me. The modern day Winston Churchill. Tell your boy Big Rob to answer the call. I would. Team Humanity. Big Rob is so stupid, he's got me blocked. And that's how stupid Big Rob is. He doesn't understand. I'm Team Humanity. For Christ's sakes. You know, that piece of shit from RX Muscle, Johnny Romano, has got Big Rob so scared. Big Rob is blocking everybody, even people that are his friends. John Romano is fucking human filth. Out of all those people on RX Muscle, the only one I really don't like is Johnny Romano. You know, the rest of them, I could take them or leave them. They're just a bunch of New York guineas. They're stupid. They're Italian. You know, fuck them. But that Johnny Romano, he thinks he's fucking slick. He's a fucking little cocksucker. I don't like that Johnny Romano. I wish Big Rob would beat the fuck out of Johnny Romano. Do you miss barbecuing at Bradford Manor? Absolutely. Modern day Winston Churchill. Come to play today, Jay? I don't know what that means. You're probably not the real Adam McLeod with the question like that. Don't bring up Big Rob's wife on my live stream. Don't talk about people's family. Don't bring up Brad's daughter on here. Don't bring up Big Rob's wife. Come on, man. This is the new improved Jay. I gotta piss again. Oh, Father's back. Guys, don't bring up Big Rob's wife. It's not cool. Look, I'm Team Humanity. I'm behind Big Rob 100%. So I don't want any screenshots of you cocksuckers talking about Rob's family. Painkiller says team sellout. How am I a sellout, brah? I want to see this fight happen. It's so minty. Big Rob is the king of mints. Does anyone remember getting loud in the city? How fucking minty was that? And Adam McLeod hyping up this fight, that's almost as minty. These two guys are the king of mints. The longer we can make this, draw out, even if it's never going to happen, it's so minty. In my dream, my idea of perfect mints is Big Rob in a gray fucking sweatsuit like Rocky Balboa, getting loud in the city, doing some old school Rocky Balboa training, and then you got Adam McLeod in like a $200 fucking Fila fucking tracksuit training at fucking Redcon Gym. What could be better, dude? It's so fucking minty. Whoa. Why is your piss duration so short? Because I have a very wide urethra. John Smith, I pinned 1 cc in the belly earlier. So wait a minute. You're pinning testosterone in the belly fat? That's not a bad strategy. Pinning belly fat is awesome. Have you seen McCuck's new training montages? Only a few. They're awesome. That's what I'm trying to say is we don't want to discourage this with bad trolling. You guys that are trolls, there's good trolling and there's bad trolling. You can troll somebody and tell them that, man, you're looking good, you look great. Wow, are you doing well? We love this. You're gonna kill them. Wow, you're a monster. Man, you're looking good. That's the kind of trolling we need. Yeah, little goof, troll lessons, of course. Yeah, because I'm telling you, Big Rob Fitness it is so bipolar that if you troll him in a negative way, you're gonna scare him off from this fight quicker than fucking shit. And you don't need to criticize McLeod. Build up McLeod. Tell McLeod how great he's looking. Tell McLeod what a badass he looks like. Feed his ego. I mean, come on, man. Feed both sides with positive bullshit. That's the only way we can make this happen. And I'm with Tio. I'm with the Cuban. I want to help make this thing happen. I don't want to tear down either person. I want to make them both think they're killers. Big Rob would beat those bony old men, Palumbo and Romano, at the same time. Yeah, but Dave Romano doesn't deserve a beating. Or Dave Palumbo. Sorry if I misspoke. Dave Palumbo has been nothing but good to the Mets. That Johnny Romano is a fucking fuckstick. I can't stand that Johnny Romano. Who the fuck does he think he is? Johnny Romano. Dave Palumbo's a good guy. I don't have a problem with Dave Palumbo. Dave Palumbo is nice to people that come on his show. He doesn't put anybody down. He's very kind to people. He's very gracious to anybody that comes on his show. But that Johnny Romano is a piece of fucking dog shit. I feel like every trucker in Florida has been to Stark. Robin Rios. I drove through Stark today. I didn't stop. There's no truck stops in Stark, brah. I came down that road today. There's a Pilot near there and there's a fucking Love's. I've never stayed overnight at either one, but I'd like to. Is there any gyms down near that Love's south of you? Clutch, firewood, and the hounds of hell. Absolutely, Jake. Not at the Loves. There's an awesome one in Stark, though. All right, cool. Is the Pilot closer to that? I like the 301 corridor because 301 you stay away from a lot of the bullshit hauling ass up and down 301. I used 301 today. Next podcast, I'm not sure. Considering that Brad took the podcast equipment out of Andrew's house, obviously I'm not going to be invited to the next podcast. I think the only way I'm going to get on a podcast is on Adam McLeod's podcast. And I actually came up with a pretty good idea. Maybe you guys could DM Adam so he wakes up to 50 DMs. I thought maybe it would be a good podcast for Adam to do, where he has me, Lenny, and possibly Prince Andrew as guests, and we all watch the fight. And we review the fight together, and we all give our opinions on the fight. Because there's two different angles of the fight. I guess Lenny was filming one angle, and the Cuban filmed a different angle. And obviously, Adam McLeod and I don't see the fight in the same retrospect. So it would be kind of cool for all of us to sit down together in a podcast and watch the fight together and give our critiques. I got no problems with Adam, personally. I think he runs his mouth on the internet, but in behind the scenes, he's a good guy. He, I could get along with Adam on a podcast. I guarantee goddamn to you. And with Lenny there and the Cuban there and possibly Prince Andrew there, I think that would be a great podcast. The four of us together, watching both angles, both video streams of the fight, and give our opinions, and it would be awesome. It's just an idea. Yeah. My pec was ready to go even before that fight. If you want to know the truth. Oh, GT says Andrew is a true friend. Yeah, and Andrew's a good motherfucker. The fact that Andrew went and visited Lenny in the hospital proves that guy's character. Andrew is a class act. Look at the people that didn't go visit Lenny in the hospital. You got Big Brad Wolf, no show. And then you got, Lenny's previous partner and his YouTube channel, no show. Come on, man. Why didn't you visit him? I was out of town. Mike T was there every day, says Quick Pump. That's true. That's true as fuck. Mike T was there every fucking day. I don't know how he knows that, but that's true. Mike T is Lenny's really true friend, best friend. Mike T, I don't know. I don't really know the guy, but Mike T seems to be a stand-up guy. Cactus nose. Okay, so what? I've got a cactus nose. Who cares? Dino the dog, don't spam my fucking comment section, bro. You guys want me to talk about Olivia? Come on, man. There's nothing to talk about. Who cares about Olivia? If Nate would have listened to me years ago, I don't have to be that guy that says, oh, Nate should have listened to me. I don't need to say that. It's Livia, not Olivia. Yeah, exactly. Livia. Imagine if Nate would have listened to Father 2 years ago. Pierce Bronson and Dito the dog, quit spamming the comments, bro. We notice you. Stop spamming. KSI Sniper, deliver the mint, Father. Bernie Mockler, Father, you seem low T today. Well, I haven't been doing a lot. I mean, I'm due. I'm on like TRT levels. I literally don't cycle anymore because of health. Estrogen filled nice guy sellout. Oh, me? What's up, Dito the dog? Yeah, stop spamming me, bro. I read your comments. You don't have to be a jerk to fucking get me to acknowledge you. Yeah, no 7 hour. NPP gives too much water retention. NPP is actually better than DECA. Mental critique of Big Rob. That's a great question. I actually think Big Rob is so mental that he doesn't remember a lot of the stuff he does. I don't know the exact diagnosis. You know what I got to say about Big Rob? and I'm going to say this honest as a fucking heart attack. Big Rob, when he's not mental, going off on a fucking sporadic tangent. What do you call that when people are bipolar? Like they're when Big Rob isn't being bipolar. Big Rob is actually a nice guy. And I was trying to explain to people that when Big Rob isn't being spastic, I would rather, if I had to sit through a 3-hour football game or a 4-hour baseball game or whatever, if I had to go somewhere and hang out with someone, pre-game, during the game, post-game, I'd rather be with Big Rob than Adam McLeod or Johnny Bravo. When Big Rob is lucid and not in one of his hypermanic states, he's actually a good guy. Like I wouldn't mind going to a football game with Big Rob. I don't want to sit next to Adam McLeod or Johnny Bravo during a football game. I mean, come on, man. Johnny Bravo? Sitting next to Johnny Bravo for 3 hours or sitting next to Adam McLeod for